man, I love this. I love this show so much, and I love all the work that you do with James as well. You're such a brilliant actress, and that's just one of my favorite things. Like Creature Commandos is literally one of my favorite shows this year. So I'm so grateful to talk to you.
So happy for you to say that because you at the end you never know what the show is going to be like. How is it going to land to audiences, and will people feel the way that you hope they will feel? And I see that a lot of people are excited about it, which is the biggest gift that you can receive. Having everybody watching it and talking about it, and I judge by myself. I When I got the link to be able to watch the episodes, I just couldn't stop. I was like, I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
episodes today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna watch another two, and then the next day, I'm gonna watch two more. I just watched all of them at once because it's just
I did the same thing. I just binged it all because it was just so good. It just keeps you going and going and going. And they're so short that like you just want more and more and more. And then once it's done, your mind is blown, but your heart is broken, but you're also smiling. It's kind of crazy. Um,
yeah.
if I could ask really quickly, your performance in this is really great because there's multiple layers to the princess that you might not see from the first few episodes. What was it like kind of playing all these different sides of her, and how did you switch from like really one kind of mindset to the next without spoiling anything?
I should not be spoiling it. Okay, gotta keep my mouth shut. It's interesting because you first of all playing a character that is animated, something that I haven't really done a lot before. I got to play in Guardians of the Galaxy and voice Cosmo, but I was on set and I was able to at least experience what is it going to look like. With Creature Commandos, I only had the script. I didn't know how is it going to look, what the tone is going to be. I could have only imagined and have conversations with James. And we did have one Zoom session with Frank Grillo and myself. Got to do like a little bit of a chemistry read through. It was very
we're
funny.
we're gonna get into that for sure.
It was really funny. But it's so different than everything that you usually do as an actor because I feel like actors use their eyes the most and small little gestures. Also, like physicality, the way you walk, the way you use your hands, the way you look at people. With voice acting, it's just about your voice and how you feel. So it's a completely different territory. And if you have a great leader in charge, like James and the directors behind the show, you're in safe hands. It's interesting to develop a character that is layered and that is unpredictable to a degree that you get suspicious. Can I trust them? Should I root for them? Is she so fragile? She's very, I don't know, demanding as a woman that if I want something, I'm getting it. And then at the same time, you know that basically she's the reason why all of these monsters are there to save her, to protect her, which means that she probably is very fragile. She's very innocent. And then you see her being like the woman she is and wanting to be with that man and wanting to be seen as an adult, not as a child. She's not interested in young men. She's interested in old man and wants to be seen as, as a very much adult. So it's interesting to work with this femme fatale energy and get to know when is she saying the truth. Can she say it in a way of like you believing that is the truth? So let the story lead you to the reveal of her character. What is the reveal of the character? Is it possible to have two different sides to her? Can we get a little bit of a sense why she is making these decisions? Do we trust her? Do we have empathy for her? Can you support her choices? Can you, uh, I don't know, criticize your decisions? It's really interesting, but it's all thanks to a great collaboration between Frank and James and the directors behind it.
And a great performance because we go in trusting and loving Ilana. And we start to peel back those layers as the series progresses because your voice performance is also revealing so much. So I kind of love that.
Thank
Um, of course, my last question to you. We do have to touch upon the session with you and Frank. I mean, how was that? Because it might be one of the most graphic animated love scenes we've ever seen, ever, in the history of animation. And what was like voicing that and really just letting it fly?
You know, there is a video that is released about the two of us kissing our hands, pretty much. Imagining that that's what's happening because it's a really strange thing to do. Like you play a scene that these people have this passionate moment, and you know they're characters, but you do want to make it believable, but you do want to put some comedy in it because if you take it too seriously, maybe
Mhm.
it's changing genres. So at the end of the day, it should be a bit funny. It should be a bit over the top because you see them like screaming very hardly and vividly. But I knew briefly because we were supposed to be doing a project together a couple of years ago. We haven't started the project yet. And I always wanted to collaborate with him because I found him very dedicated to his craft. And he is always like full on for the character and the story. And James was there with us and he was just like, just try everything, feel free. It's a funny moment. It's this story that is about to be revealed, and you know it's not really right to go through this as a character, like for the, he's there to save her, protect her, not to develop a relationship with her, but at the same
Mhm.
time she's like very demanding and that's what she wants from him. So it's a very slippery position to be in terms of like Rick Flag. It's been very funny, it's been really really funny, and you know you become a little bit conscious about, oh God, am I awkward? Am I weird? But then you see on camera, because I was able to see Frank doing the same thing, and I was like, okay, it's fine. He's doing it, I'm doing it. We're all in this together. It's funny. I mean, if you can laugh at this, you know that later on audiences will be also able to laugh at it, which is the goal. If we can make one person smile a day, that's a goal. That's a great achievement.
You really made me smile. I also got to say, yeah, if I may be so bold, it was hot. Come on, I mean, it's a pretty hot scene. But I'm so honored to be talking to you. This was so wonderful. Congratulations on Creature Commandos, but also on Wonderful Year and your performance as the Apprentice. Honestly, super wonderful to chat with you.
So much. Wonderful talking to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, bye everyone.
Fanboys, professional artists, and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life. Comics, movies, and